Hey everybody, welcome back to another retro review. Today I have the Pod Racer team Gasgano and with Pit Droid. So sorry, I didn't rehearse his name ahead of time, so I just had to sound it out right then and there. But really cool, another awesome gift from Christopher from Instagram that I did my mail call video from. And I haven't actually really ever seen this figure on, so I was really excited to get him because I've got some of the other pod racers, and so I thought that he was a pretty cool one. Obviously, this is a very fitting video given the 20th anniversary of the Phantom Menace, and actually this one is just very precariously perched right here. I'm just holding it because the glue has actually come undone so that the bubble will fall off. Luckily we're opening it, so it's not going to be a big deal. But as you can tell, this has the original episode 1 packaging with Darth Maul in the corner, the picture of the character here. Of course, here's where the, I forgot what it's called, contact chip goes, and then the character. Sorry, it's blurry, I know. On the back here we have information of about the character, about the Comtech, and then in the wave. And then this one came from FAO Schwartz. Basic episode 1 figure for $9.99, so that's actually really cool. I like when old price tags are on. I think that's really fun. But let me go ahead and open this guy up and I will give you a closer look. Alright, here are the figures out of the box, but before we begin I do want to go over their accessories. So the only thing they come with right here is a chip reader, a Comtech chip, which I really like. I've said it before, I really like these. I think they worked great as stands because you can fit the figure on a peg here. It's got a picture of the character, and then on the back it has information. And then of course there's a little hole where you can add more like on a keychain or whatnot. But I thought that was really cool. So we have Gasgano, or however you pronounce him, and his Pit Droid, which doesn't have his own microchip. And so I'll start with the Pit Droid here. I guess you could count him as an accessory maybe, but I really like him. Star Wars, or I guess Hasbro, has not made a lot of Pit Droids, and so it's really nice when we get one. This one obviously doesn't have the flexibility that would make him fold up into his little Pit Droid size. I don't know if any of the figures can really accomplish that well, but this is a tan one. I know the 30th anniversary wave of Star Wars had like 2 orange ones, at least to my knowledge, and so here's a tan one, so it's always really nice to receive. He's pretty well detailed. I like him a lot. He's got 2 little nice antennas right here, and then of course the camera that acts as his eye and nose and mouth. He is on a ball joint, so his head goes all the way around, which is great. His little arms are just a swivel, so they just spin around. And then his legs are the same, so they have quite a range. I mean, he can high kick. And then on the back, he could be a rocket. But that is as much articulation as this guy gets, which isn't too bad. He's got a little bit of stickiness on his antenna from the tape. The glue part of the tape had, obviously deteriorates over time, so we've seen that with this figure. But he has some nice coloring on the torso, and then he's got coloring in the joints as well to show kind of their metal aspects. And I think it looks really good. He's a very nicely sculpted Pit Droid. On the bottom, you actually can see the date. Well, you might not be able to, but I can. So $19.99. That was actually when they put dates on their figures. I think they have since stopped doing that, or at least they did for a time. So here's Gasgano, and he is the four-armed guy in the pod race. He's also very small. His arms fall off a little bit. They're on a ball joint, but it's not very encompassing, and so if you twist them wrong, the arms will just kind of pop off. That being said, they do have a decent articulation movement, but he's a very small character, and that's why he probably came with a Pit Droid. I like him a lot. I think he looks fantastic. The detailing on his helmet is very good. We've got the coloring of his mask, and then his little cloth on the back of his helmet. He's got a really long neck, and then he's got some really nice detailing on his torso as well. I like that a lot. And then of course on the sides here we have some more stripes. So he looks really good. It seems like his feet are wide enough where he could stand up. However, he does have 4 really long arms that might work against his balance. Like I said, they are all on a ball hinge. So as long as you're careful, like see, they'll pop off. They kind of remind me of a bug. But as long as you're careful, you can get a decent, range of articulation from them and put them into probably some really interesting poses if you have the patience for it. Let's see. Yeah, just like that. So, in terms of articulation, otherwise, it looks like his neck, the top of his neck turns a little bit for his head. And then the top part of the torso that cuts off like right here, it turns on its own independently, which is nice. And then his legs have no articulation. So, it's not the best but not bad either. So he's got some interesting points of articulation. He obviously wouldn't be able to like sit down if you were to like have a pod racer or make a pod racer, I don't know, but he does have to remain standing. But he does come with that stand, so if he is a little off balance, that can be supplemented with putting him on the stand here. And I think overall he's a really unique character. I thought that, oops, it didn't fit, but I really enjoyed the pod race scene in Star Wars Episode 1, and it's really cool to be able to kind of grab all the pod racers, or at least the ones they made. I know that Bin Quadranero came out later, much later, when they started the vintage collection again. So anyways, there's that guy, and of course his handy pit droid. Let me know what you think about these guys in the comments below, and of course if you ever want to see more retro reviews, I have a playlist of them on my channel. There's a folder for retro reviews, and you can see all of the older figures that I've done since. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a great day, and thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.